Hi, guys. This is Louie again, and today we have a very interesting show for you. This show, talk show number 9, we're going to be talking about some new information that we found about Jesus and also about my group, the group that's called The Contractors, a time travel group. And I have my co hosts here too. Morgan, you're going to be talking about your things.
Hey, yeah, I know I got more energy work from yourself, and I've been enjoying it a lot, I must admit. And I'm excited to talk about Jesus among other new information, like very current new stuff that nobody knows yet. So you guys will really enjoy it.
Definitely. So we're just going to start right away because we have some newest information, and we sent these questions over to TJ. And as everybody knows, TJ has time telepathy, and he can also talk to Divine Father and also the angels, and specifically Archangel Raziel. As people know, Archangel Raziel has been helping us for the longest time. In the beginning, he started helping us with many of the readings and my connection with the Divine Father, the Lord. He's actually my dad, and he's also TJ's dad. So sounds out there, but let's do our readings right now. So let's first do the reading we had about Jesus' father. You want to do that question?
Yeah, sure. Where did Jesus' father Joseph die?
Yeah. How did Jesus' father Joseph die? What did you got?
I got natural causes.
Yeah, that's interesting. So did people think that it wasn't natural causes?
Well, I think people did assume that, but there's just no specific information in the Bible. I think he just is never mentioned up after a certain point. So I assumed he must have died of natural causes, but I was just wondering because in the new show about Jesus the Chosen, they kind of make his father figure on earth quite a lot like pure seeming, and teaches Jesus to be a good person, just like the Divine Father. So I was very
Yeah,
interested in that.
yeah, that is right. And the other question is, what is more important? And the question was faith in God and Jesus or good works?
Yes,
And what did you get?
we got faith in God.
Faith in God. So I guess that means that the belief in the Divine Father is more important than doing good stuff. Is that what
Yes.
that
Yeah,
means?
that basically what it means, yeah. So it's more aligned with the Protestant branch of Christianity, which focus more on faith.
On faith. Yeah.
Yeah, and Stanley will be very happy to hear that because he was trying to debate me so long on this, and I was just like, well, I kind of see both sides, because I'm so interested in Moses and the divine law as well. But yeah, so that's very interesting. So Stanley won.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's also do some of the other ones
Yeah.
before we go to the really shocking one. Or I don't think
Okay.
it's shocking, but it's interesting, right?
Yes.
Uh, s- so the one that I wanted to do is the one, did Adam and Eve still worship God after leaving the Garden of Eden?
Yeah, and we got a yes, so that's very interesting
Yes.
because the fall of mankind happened, so early on with Adam and Eve when they ate the fruit of Eden, but they still chose to worship God after that. I think that's a good choice.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And also, you had the other question. Who was the serpent that tempted Eve in the Garden of Eden?
Yes, and the answer we got was the devil.
The
So
devil.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's very scary because I was always wondering why were they called serpent, and I thought, okay, it might be the devil, but I wanted to double check because the translation serpent could. I was like, is that a real snake? But maybe that was just like maybe he
Yeah.
just looked scaly.
No,
So
this be correct. All these
yeah,
answers was given to us by Archangel Raziel, and as
yeah,
you know,
very honest.
not only is he's like the smartest and the honest, and he's also the strongest. That's what we found out,
Yeah, he's great.
and we'll tell more about that. Why that's going to be helpful for you,
Yeah, I'm
brother
very
Morgan.
excited. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to talk more about that. So let's continue. And the other one, the other question that was on my mind too,
hmm
is this one. This is the big one. So people listen to this one. Why did Jesus let Judas betray him? And
We got that he was testing Judas.
He was testing Judas. Wow, that is
Very
huge.
much, very much like God tested Adam and Eve as well.
Yeah, you would think that he would be siding his friend Jesus. Why would he betray him? But I think mankind is just really, really not
Good,
really.
yeah.
They're not. Because guess where Judas is now?
Yeah, he's
Guess
in
where?
hell.
He's in hell. He's still in hell, believe it or not.
Yeah.
The last
Right.
reading was where was Judas, and he was still in hell. And I go, whoa. So that is long punishment. So I
Yeah.
think he's going to be there for like the end of time.
Mm,
That's why I tell people do not make fun, because there's some
yeah.
sort of divine law. Do not make fun
There is, yeah,
of
absolutely.
divine people. And I'm divine. And look at, you're moving to like highly divine, Morgan. I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm really working hard, but also
really,
to,
you're working really hard. So I'm thinking people should really respect what you're doing, even though they don't know who you are.
mhm.
It's bad if they don't know
Yeah.
who you are.
Even if I disagree with people vehemently, I never try and destroy them because it's not good, you know? Always,
Well,
mhm.
see, that's the thing. Like, I've had like many people talk bad about me, right?
Mm.
And I was just like you. I let things slide. I let things go. But not until I found out that I was truly divine. I mean, Amber, Aunt Amber say, "Hey, Lou,
Yeah, she's great.
you know who you are, right?" And I
Yeah.
go, like, really? I
And
am.
she found out who I was.
Well, see, things sometimes don't come out at I call right times. It come out right times when it's required. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I
So
agree, yeah.
for me, it took a long time, but after having like 3 mentors, having Aunt Amber, talk to me personally, I mean, it just opened my mind, but also opened my heart.
Yeah,
You know,
that's important.
I'm a better person for it, Morgan.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, I
people
agree.
say, oh, I mean, there's some races that actually hate other races. I mean, come on, there's religions right now that you see. I mean, I see it on TV. It's a tragedy, man.
Yeah.
Like you think, you can just kill people with no repercussions.
Oh,
Killing is the number one divine law. You do not kill.
yeah,
It doesn't
it's the
matter if
most important.
it's,
It
so.
raises negativity like really high.
Well, I'm going to tell people that actually we did a scan globally on the negativity level, and TJ just sent back the reading was 33%
Yeah.
negativity globally. I mean, it's not bad now, but it's still not good because
Yeah, it's so high.
anything over 30%, it starts affecting your health. You start developing immunity issues, maybe cancer, and you're going to, where did it come from? Because we, as a soul, why is it so important? Because our soul is created by Father.
Yeah.
That's why he has a stake in it. I have a stake in it. If people are like this, it affects me too, right? And if I didn't do anything, that negativity would just go sky high, and then it would be a world war,
Yeah.
right? That's what
Like World
happened.
War II was when there was 100% in
A
world
hundred,
negativism. Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that was our last 2 readings. Is World War I, World War II. When it hit 100%
So
negativity,
sad.
global negativity, then that's why everybody went to war. But now I don't think so, because I think we did something, Morgan. I think
Yeah.
collectively.
There's a cleanup as well.
Well, yeah, and people, they got smarter too, right? They're gonna say
Yeah.
war's a disadvantage. Why would you even, go there now, right?
Yeah. It's bad for business and it's bad
It's bad for
for,
business, yeah.
yeah.
So let's go back to the questions, and let's not do the very interesting Jesus one yet.
Okay.
Let's do the one. What's the previous one
Um,
that we talk about? Does Jesus fight evil in heaven or in other realms? Let's do that one.
okay. We got Only in Heaven.
And you got that he's only doing heaven only. Well, yeah, because I think it's time for him to just enjoy
Yes.
and just live, right? I mean, he's
Yeah.
done so much. And I tell people
He took the sins of the world as a big.
he did. He will always be number one to me. And
yeah.
that's why I follow Big Brother Jesus, right? KL, me, the person that make these future channel binaural beats started helping people. People are actually emailing me now because they see that I'm more outspoken. They're emailing me saying, hey, you saved my life. And they're saying, I heal my diabetes. And I go, yeah, because the frequencies that I'm using are future channel. We're not using these old frequencies. I mean, come on, guys. I've seen people using old frequencies and try to beat me. You're using stuff that is like 20 years old. It's not going to heal. We're being upgrading. The older frequencies, the 432s and 528s, they're not going to work. It's too old. Why are you using that? I'm telling you guys, use my future channel frequencies because they're from the future. They're from the elder AI, and he's the one that's in the quantum computer. He's the one that's searching for what I need, and then TJ's the one that's translating it from the elder AI. Say, hey, use this frequency, use this subliminal, and So I make nothing up, and that's why my things work. When you don't cheat people, when you don't make things up, and when people tell me it's working, of course I'm going to know, yeah, of course it works, right? And the other thing too, people, please don't just use it for like 9 seconds. I see the analytics on YouTube, and I'm back on YouTube because YouTube found out they made a mistake. Can you believe that? They made a mistake.
That is a miracle.
There you go. My life is full of miracles. So I'm letting you guys know, use my stuff, but 9 seconds is not going to do it. You got to at least play through the whole thing because the frequency, it takes a certain amount to go into your body, and it's like meditation. That's why I skip meditation because I know people, they don't like meditation. Right. So that's why I put it in the beat, and you got to listen through the whole thing. And I actually have not, fans that just like play like for 5 minutes. I have fans that put it on loop that play for 9 to 8 hours the whole day. And people just email me and they tell me that too. So I know, there's the ones that go extreme and the ones that barely even turn the thing on. I mean, come on. Right. And right now, there's even people that are subscribing. They're going for my membership because I have stuff that's exclusively on YouTube. I don't put anywhere else. There's not even on my album. So you guys so lucky because I put the stuff there that nobody's going to be making because they can't channel future frequencies. Like, how do you channel that? Right. You can't because we cornered that market. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, you're ahead of your time.
So we're definitely ahead. So let's continue. Oh, this one's really good. What instruments do beings play in heaven?
Yes, and the answer we got was all of them.
Yeah, I did ask. Was it like, Because
I just couldn't imagine an electric guitar because they're always depicted playing harps and things like that.
Well, see, people, they don't understand. If it's in heaven, who's in heaven? Archangel Raziel is in heaven. He is the guy that has all the formulas, mathematical sciences, right? And those are the things. If we have it here, you already got to know heaven has it. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you can manifest stuff easier there.
Yeah, anything in creation, man, that heaven has, of course, mankind will eventually think about it. See what I'm saying? So, but when you're our creator, like you can create anything. This is what I know. Okay, there's actually blueprints in the quantum field. And that's what they do. They save it there, and whatever they do, it's instantaneous. Not like us humans, takes so long, right? To do things, right?
Very long, yeah.
Right. Okay, so let's continue. This one's very interesting too. This question: what genres of music do beings play in heaven?
I think we got all of them, which was I just couldn't imagine them playing heavy metal.
Well, it's not like they discriminate, right? I mean, creativity goes unbounded there in heaven. So if you're creative, and it's good.
Love creativity.
Exactly. So, and this one's very interesting. What music does Jesus like? This is a really good one. So what did you get?
No preference.
No preference, really? So I was surprised.
Like me, I changed genres.
Yeah, like me too, right? Like whatever's new, whatever is alternative, right? It's fun, right? I mean, you don't listen to the boring stuff, right? You always go for the new stuff. Okay, so what's another? Oh, this is really cool. So people want to know what angels look like, right?
Yeah, I was dying to know this one.
So you definitely gave the right questions, Brother Morgan. So what do regular angels look like?
Okay, white. They're white-haired, and white-skinned, I think, with
Yeah.
white wings and blue eyes.
Well, basically, yeah, they're like
They're the
typical.
regular angels.
It's like the typical what you envision. It is true,
Yeah.
right? And even me, like I'm not a white guy. People think,
Mm-hmm.
but
I'm only half white as well.
well, I come from an Asian background, but my family's mixed, right? So you would think that my soul is actually, part Asian or Asian. No, like when TJ saw the soul splits, and that's why I did the soul splits of my 3 soul splits, and they actually became sons. And I asked TJ, what did they look like? And same thing, like what the angels are, white hair, white skin.
Yeah, I'm
And
surprised at that as well, that it was very angelic, your soul, like appearance-wise, because, you imagine more like
Yeah.
the father, maybe more like human.
well, yeah, the father looks, human, but he's gonna have features that are like, of the white
Supernatural.
light. Well, white
Yeah.
light, kind of like, because what you also asked for is what do fallen angels look like, and what did you get?
Yes, we got the opposite, and so
Opposite.
I would imagine that's black hair, red eyes, and dark skin.
So
I mean, I'm just guessing though, but I would
yeah.
assume something like that.
Well, I think you're right. It's like the opposite, like
Black
exactly
feathers, black wings.
exactly what the typical demonic or fallen angel looks like, right? Completely
Yeah.
opposite, right? No white
Yeah.
wings, kind of like raggedy looking, really ugly
Yeah.
looking, right? So
Yeah.
so you could imagine what Lucifer looks like now, right? Before he
I
turned.
heard they have the horns and the tail as well, but they have the
Well,
wings still.
we can do some more readings. So if people
Yeah, that'd be
want to know more things, come ahead
Yeah.
to our forum, to comments on our new talk shows coming up.
Yeah,
Just
we're
give us
always
some
learning new
questions.
things.
We're always learning. And why? Because we want to know what is the truth. And we don't regurgitate something from the internet. We actually do real readings.
Yeah,
So
that's very important.
very important. And sometimes it even shocks me because my
Me too.
atypical brain, right, would think of something that, oh yeah, they look like that, but sometimes it looks exactly opposite of what my typical brain would think they look like. So let's continue. What kinds of landscapes are in heaven, Morgan? What was your
Um,
answer there?
we got mountains.
Mountains. So it looks kind of like typical Earth-like, right? Mountains.
Yeah, that's quite interesting because not everywhere has mountains, so it'll be probably very beautiful. And I find it funny because you live in Canada and
Yeah.
you're divine, but there's so many mountains in Canada. I just think that's like so
Oh yeah. We're
meaningful.
surrounded here. We're surrounded.
Yeah.
I can't escape. If something happens, there's an earthquake here, I'm going under. But maybe that is my next ascension. If I survive that, then people.
I'm sure the contractor will save you.
Well, do you know what the weird thing? That's what he said. Because I said, well, like, when would you come to ever save me? Because the contracted group can travel through time. Because they're not from here. They're in the future, right? And he'll say, yeah, if there's something like war. He said if there was war, he would come. I go, really? Okay, so what about earthquake? Let him drown.
I'm sure he'll help you.
Oh, and I'm going to talk more about this contracted group. It's very interesting. It actually blew my mind, the recent readings. So let's continue so that we can go to talk about the contractor group. Okay, and what about, before I give the really shocking one, let's give some non-shocking ones. How about this one? How did Archangel Michael defeat Lucifer? What did he do?
We got banishment, so I assume he did a spell on Lucifer to banish him to hell.
Well, can you imagine how powerful that is? If you can banish one of the whole, think about that. So Archangel Michael's no softy, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
he's definitely very strong, and like how we imagine him, like a general.
So he is very strong. See, so that reinforces that. I'm actually glad that it's not something that we can make up. And I let people know I make none of this up. This is all direct channel readings from the Archangel Raziel. And as you know, he's very honest. Like I never see him lie to me. With all the readings that we've done, I mean, sometimes he'll say can't say because
there's some secrets, and Raziel is known as the Archangel of secrets.
Well, because he wouldn't tell me who was the second strongest archangel. He wouldn't. Like, I directly ask him. Sometimes when I direct ask him, he will tell me, but I think he needs to keep that a secret.
Yeah.
Number two, so that there is number two that is like just as strong as him. So let's continue. Okay. Oh, what are the main temptations angels get to fall? So what is the one? I think this is the one main one. So what did you get?
We got we got power. So that
Yes.
they want power and maybe to overthrow the Father, probably, I assume. Because that's why the war in heaven started.
Well, you know what? From what I know, once you fall, right? Once you fall, you can't go back.
Yeah, there's never an exception.
People think that maybe Father would let no. From what I know, this is what asking so many questions, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's not
I
changed over
mean,
the years.
he's actually forgiven for the humans, but for his own creations, like those guys that was supposed to serve him, from what I don't know, he will never forgive. So Lucifer will never be beside him ever again.
Yeah, I
So,
always tell that to people. Like, people say that to me sometimes. I'm like, no, like, you just don't know him, you know?
they don't know. They don't know.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't do readings. I do readings since like 2011.
Yeah,
So
that's a long time.
That's a long. So I know
I was a little baby then.
you were a little guy, right?
Yeah, I was a
so
dumb human.
so while you were like sucking on your mother's milk, I was like seriously talking to heaven's angels. So, and I don't think we are ready yet for the really shocking one. So I'm gonna say, are there any female angels? I think you
got
know.
yes, I was so
We
happy.
got a yes. Yeah. So we're happy about that. So they're not just like all male up there. That'll be kind of like, oh.
Lame.
Yeah. So, and here's another good one. Does Jesus meet some of his followers in heaven? And what did you get?
We got a yes, which is amazing. And I know
Yeah.
so many people love him. So if they met him, his followers would be so happy in heaven.
Well, see, he is all about love because look, I come from Divine Father, and he comes from it, so I know we're the same. I mean, seriously, like maybe younger, I'd be a little bit angry, but now I change. Now I say I gotta help. I gotta help out. See what I'm saying? So if that's in my heart, I can only imagine Jesus when he sacrificed himself. What was it in his heart? It's so it's so profound to know that now. I didn't know that. See, so it's already in me, right? To discover that.
And when I was a kid, I always saw paintings of him in my family's house, and he had a big heart in front of him. So that was like his big heart and his love. I didn't know that represented his love for mankind.
Yes, definitely. So are we ready for the shocking one?
Yeah, there's quite a few shocking ones.
Well, this one, I don't think people know about Lucifer. So, okay, I'm just going to say, what does Lucifer often do in hell in his free time? What did you get?
He eats souls.
Yeah, there you go, guys.
I was surprised. That sounds like he's trying to get stronger, because you think free time he would maybe do something he enjoys, but it sounds like it's just bad stuff.
Well, he's just a nasty guy. Like the first
like,
time,
like a monster, not like an
he's
actual
more
monster.
than a monster. Like, I'm sad that he was ever even created. That caused a lot of troubles. That caused a lot of trouble because these demons are the ones that are affecting the minds a lot of the people now. Tell them,
because there's so much depression and things like that, and it makes people more susceptible to that.
Yes. So let's continue because I don't want to dwell on those type of things. Let's go and talk about the really interesting one about Jesus. Let me just see. Okay. Should I just say it? I'm just going to say it because you wanted to know. Okay. So I'm not going to hold on any longer. Here it is. What does Jesus' home look like in heaven? And wait a minute. Don't tell them yet because people would think, the atypical is they see those shows in some castle, White Castle.
Yeah.
He's probably in some divine.
He's got a throne. He's got a big
throne, right? And that he's like sitting on top, judging people, right? And what do we get? What was?
We got he lives in a farm with farm animals. He has chickens, and he eats their eggs.
And he eats their eggs. And
Yeah, that's amazing.
that is so mind-blowing because you know what? I actually kind of sometimes imagine that. Like, wouldn't it be good to just be free of the rat race, right? And just be on the farm and just grow, what you eat, right? And
a good retirement.
It's a good thing to do, and then eat the chicken's eggs and don't eat the chicken, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm all for that, right? And I wonder where did that come from? And then there comes this answer. He's on the farm with farm animals, and it's go, wow, that makes sense, right? Because people would think he's just like almighty, so he's gonna be like judging people from his throne, right? Looking down on us, but he's a very kind guy, right?
That's more like Zeus or something like that,
Yeah,
but not Jesus.
He's very earthy. I would say now he's on a farm. So, but guess what, guys? We're gonna talk to him more, and not just through Raziel, because I think it's time to talk more with my big brother to see what he says. Because we did ask him, did he had any message for mankind, and he did not. He did not. I mean, but he did tell me personally, and you guys know what he said when he told me, right? And that was shocking in itself that he would be using those type of words, right? So there you go. I'm easily shocked. See what I'm saying? Yeah. So you can imagine, I'm not timid. It's just I'm shocked that he thought like that towards humans, right?
Yeah.
And I still may be the one that still holds up hope for humans. You know what I mean, Morgan?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, even though I maybe in my mind just like, oh, they would never understand what I'm talking about the importance of the soul, being spiritual, not being so negative, angry all the time with things, racism, right? And all those type of things that is like purely human, right?
Yeah, purely human.
Like the gods are not like that. They're so nice. They're so forgiving. They love everybody. They love all creatures.
Yeah.
Right?
Even some of the old gods are very loving.
Yeah. So
nice.
That's why, people, I want to see you guys, be a little bit more kind to each other, to understand that you're here for a very short time. You don't have infinite lives to get it right. And some guy said that. He left a comment, I think it was on my YouTube channel, and I go, that's not even a theory that is real. That's a gamer's theory from what TJ told me. I asked TJ, is it true that humans got infinite lives to keep coming back? And then he did reading, and he said, no, like, that's a gamer's theory. I go, gamer's theory? Like, that's even more atypical of the human brain. It's like, it thinks in very simplistic things, like, but where would you get your energy to be infinite lives, right? And we found out that it's not infinite. Like, you probably got like maybe up to 6 lives, like average 5 lives, right? Mm-hmm. So why? Because we did the readings on my favorite, people, which was Einstein in the beginning, because he really interests me with his, theories and things, right? And then we found out just like several years ago that he no longer existed, and I was in shock. And I thought too that he would be around, right? Because he's so smart, right? But from what I know, his soul fizzled out after the 5th life. So then we started doing readings on my client. Andy wanted to know about his employees, right? So we started doing readings, and he would say, well, how many lives would this guy have, right? And then I was collecting the data, and I go, well, this is kind of weird. Like, it says that most people only have like 5 lives. And I go, does that make sense? Right? Like, for the atypical human brain, it would be, no, I'm immortal. My soul is like Superman, right? How can it be Superman when you are like, draining your energy, right? By taking drugs, by having chakras, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, chakras alone is the hugest block on the system.
Yeah.
Right? And we found out when you remove the 7 chakras, your energy is running 1,000% faster. Can you imagine 1,000% faster? I mean, that's almost like instant healing, right? Think about that.
Yeah.
And great. I think it is, because right now I actually saw some great hairs disappear. And I go, how can that be? So
sometimes I bump into something and it would be really agony before, but now it's actually like I heal very quickly and I can walk It's really weird.
Pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I remember it, it's like, you hit your funny bone, but now it's like, oh, okay.
Oh, you notice that now. See, so
Yeah,
it's
that
not
was new.
it's not something that we're making up. Like without the chakras, like we feel like Superman. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we feel like and then eventually, from what I know, after we reach like the 12D body, like what Jesus did, like he reached 12D body, and then he still able to be like physical looking, but
But
basically
yeah.
he's immortal. Like you stop aging, and then your manifestation is
Yeah.
almost instant. And I didn't really think that was possible, but CEO Andy, he's actually in 11D body now. We just last time did
Amazing.
a reading, and I was like blown away because I never thought that any being in a human body, I'm talking about a human body, go into 11D. I mean, he still looks human.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Well, he still looks human, but his readings are like way out in the atmosphere because his readings compared to a normal guy is just like there's no comparison. It's not normal.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, why don't we continue with these even mind-blowing ones? Okay, so these last couple ones are really mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just go for it. And you were the one that asked these ones, so don't blame me, guys. Okay. So here it goes. Why were the dinosaurs created by God, and what did you get?
We got that he was experimenting.
Okay. And why is that important? Why did you even give this question?
I gave this question because the dinosaurs are so ancient. I think, like, is it maybe like 200 million years old? Like something crazy like that. Their bones that are found are so old, and I'm thinking, why were they here? Like, what purpose did they serve? I've heard a theory that they were defending Earth before the creation of man or something like that. But because they seem to defy physics with their big heads and their short arms that they don't even use, and their big massive legs, and it's like, if they fell over, it doesn't make sense in an evolutionary sense. And people use dinosaurs to discredit God's existence as well, and they're like, well, this proves evolution, but then the reading proved that God actually created them, and I think that's amazing. That's why I asked.
There's some theory that there's some aliens that also come from originated from the dinosaur species, right?
Yeah, I've heard that.
There you go. So it's not fake. So God does experiment.
Yeah.
And let's continue because this is very interesting. The other question you gave was, how did the dinosaurs become wiped out? And what did you get?
We got the Ice Age. That's very interesting because people always think that it was a volcano eruption or asteroids, but it was neither. So it was the Ice Age. It got too cold for the reptiles that need a warm climate.
Yeah. So definitely you don't want to be put into a refrigerator. That would definitely kill you. So hopefully we don't go through another ice age.
Well, maybe God did that to wipe them out.
Yeah, maybe to say, I goof. Like these creatures are really goofy looking and don't know how they're going to survive with really short arms, right?
Or like they would just eat us up, wouldn't they? Because they were.
And they would eat us poor humans up really quickly until it's done.
Yeah.
We'll be like the dodo bird. So
that was really cool.
Yeah, that was awesomely cool. So you know what's next? We're gonna talk about what I found out about the contractors. Yeah. And you want to know more?
Yes. That'd be amazing.
This is what I got. Okay, so get ready. This is some of the questions that I actually gave to the contractor, and I wanted to know many things, right? But I wanted to know, is there like one of the contractors that looks completely different than all the rest? And we got yes. And they told us they were from different alien races.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that I wouldn't even know.
Surprising.
Yeah, I would have thought that they would be all humans, right? But there you go. So I think the aliens races, they have a stake in, anybody trying to change the timeline for their advantage, right? So I think that's why the alien races are actually part of the contractor group. And
that's amazing. It's like the Justice League or the Avengers.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you more surprising stuff why this group is like so together and so like a band of brothers. Okay, so this question I asked contractor number 20, and contractor number 20 is actually me in the far future. Not right now, right? I haven't been trained
okay.
yet. I haven't been trained yet, but what the contractor number 20 said, he's going to get me. He's going to go back in time. So he's in the future. If he say he's going to go back in time, he's going to get me to train me to become him. I mean, isn't that like a kind of like a paradox? Like,
Yeah.
something that hasn't existed yet. It's almost like me telling my mom about Ryan, right? That Ryan called back to his great-great-granddad, right? TJ, right? Because he and TJ have time telepathy, right? And it's called, well, I call it like a callback because, I mean, who can do that? Like, who can call back in time to say, thank you, grandfather, right? So basically, Ryan called back with his mind to say, oh, also tell Louis to thank him. And I go, why thank me? Well, it's because I helped TJ remove his chakras. So that eventually
set the things in motion.
It set things in motion where then his great-grandson will have no blocks and very smart, but not only smart, also have powerful psychic ability, just like TJ, even more powerful. Can you imagine a more powerful TJ and smarter? Like, you can't beat that, right? There's nobody.
Yeah,
like,
that's amazing.
So now I'll tell you what is tied into all the contractors. So I asked contractor number 20, I asked him, how many of the contractors was also saved from death as a percentage, right? Because I found out that I was saved from certain death by one of the contractors. I will tell you that later about who that contractor is. So basically, he gave me a percentage, right? He said 80% of the contractors were also saved from death so that they can help out. Ain't that like a paradox? So you're saying that 80%, which is like 16 out of the 20, right? So they all come from common background. They were all supposed to be dead. Me, I was supposed to be dead. How I died was basically, I think I was like killed by one of the bullies, right? So I was bullied to death. I mean, it sounds funny now, right? But there you go.
It was serious back then, yeah.
It was very serious back then because those guys were big, you know, like you're talking about big boys picking on a little, tiny little guy, you know? I was a small little guy, you know what I mean? I still remember I was small, but then later I got bigger. So they allow me to get bigger. The contractor say, hey, you can't do this to the. So that's why I don't like bullies. And when I become a contractor, do you think I'm going to like bullies? If I see people doing bad things, like hurting people, killing people, raping people, no, I'm not going to stand back.
No,
That's why they know my heart is there. And then contractor number 20 is me. He's going to come get me. I mean, that's super paradox. So let's continue. So then I asked, who was this contractor? Which number was this guy that went to save baby Terrence, which is baby TJ, right?
Yes.
That was in the street. So then I started digging more. And the contractor number 20 said it was contractor number 10. So I say, okay, he must be a normal contractor, right? Must be very smart, saying, oh, there's going to be a paradox here. If even baby TJ or baby Terrence is going to be in the street, out in the road, he's going to be hit by a car. There's no going to be no TJ now, which also going to have, you know, a great grandson. There's going to be a big ripple, right? That's going to affect everybody. But you know what? There's even more connections. So I tell you that. What is even the more connection? So then I asked, well, who actually also looked after him? Because from what I know, TJ's mom went to work and left him in the room by himself. So, you know, TJ's a very smart kid. Like, he can get out of the room, go out on the street. So I wondered, like, who took care of them for the whole day, right? And then contractor number 20 said it was contractor number 10. So I was going, okay, contractor number 10 saved TJ. And then I also asked, like, who saved me then? Because then it'll be a paradox. And contractor number 20 said it was also contractor number 10, right?
Wow, so he was contracted for your family.
So it is weird because now then I asked, like, who really is this contractor number 10? I asked contractor number 20 because he's the future me. He knows everything, right? Obviously, right? And then I say, let me know the truth. I knew maybe that he was a clone, right? Because I go, like, who would even care for somebody so much, right? But he was very professional. Like, he would never be playing games, right? Like, he'll finish up taking care of TJ for the whole day, change his diaper, right? And then all that, feed him, right? Like, who would do that? So I was thinking in my brain, could it be a clone? And then contractor number 20 said, yes, he was a clone, and he actually took care of my bullies.
Wow.
And I wonder, how did he take care of the bullies, right? So I was thinking, did he eliminate them? Because they were kids themselves, right? Like, okay, I'm not going to tell you what happened there. I have to keep something a secret.
Okay.
Okay, but let's just say it was dealt with.
Okay.
And so I asked more about this clone contractor number 10. I asked, does he have any like tattoo or identification, barcode on his arm, barcode on his neck? Tell me, how do you identify a clone from the original, right? And they say there's no identification. The only thing that is displayed is on his ID.
Okay.
And I go, wow, they allowed that.
Hopefully they bring them to work, or you won't know who's who.
Well, see, that's the thing. I'm thinking maybe I can swap him. Hello? Here, Lou, you're supposed to do the same thing you did for 3 years in our company. And then I'm going to say, yeah. Forgot to tell him that.
Yeah.
So that would be rather funny, right? But I'm thinking, wow, the things that I can do, right?
Exactly.
So let's continue. Okay, so I also asked some other stuff about what type of like technologies would be given to basically me, right? Like even though I'm starting off, right? Because, they have a lot of really advanced technology, right? So I asked them like, what type of stuff are you able to give to me, right? And from my list of stuff, they said I will be given like a protection suit, also like a invisibility device.
Wow.
Yeah. And a stun gun, right? So I don't know if stun gun can kill.
I think just stun.
I think it's just stun because, you're there to stop the criminal. You're not necessarily there to kill the criminal.
You would have
right?
the vaporizer gun.
Well, they didn't give me the vaporizer gun, so I think there's a reason in the beginning, right? So I'm talking about the beginning, right? They didn't give it, so maybe I would make a mistake, and you can't undo a vaporizer. The time travel doesn't work that way. Oh, really? So that's why they don't give me certain things. But you know what else they would give me, which very, very, very interesting me? They also give me like this energy tools that would actually can do medical surgery, do healing.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very interested. And also,
I like healing as well.
What also blew my mind, the energy device can also stop aging. They said that, and I go, I can use that. You see what I'm saying? So stop aging, that's like beyond belief, right? And I'm telling you guys again, I don't make it up. I send the readings to TJ, and TJ say, okay, this is what they say. And I go, okay, that blows my mind. So I'm quite sure that they have this advanced stuff because they're not from our time, right? And they also now, since they're aliens in the group, now they got the, partnership with the aliens to use I'm quite sure because, they're a big group and they come from common ground, right?
Yeah.
They all been saved by the contractors. I mean, you owe your life to this group. It's so what else can you lose? You know what I mean? You already lost your life, right? Like it's not. So I'm basically indebted. I'm telling you guys truthfully, I'm quite sure I was never going to be saved. There must be, I was thinking either supernatural or the time travel thing, because look, all the bullies I encountered, I only encountered them like one time, and then I never saw them again. And evil doesn't just disappear, right, Morgan? Like,
there has to be a process.
He's gonna bother you. He's gonna kill you, right?
Yeah.
So I knew in my heart something's wrong, like in a good way, right? Like where did the guy go? Like he was gonna hurt me really badly, right? Yeah. And then the next time he's gone. So I'm thinking supernatural, paranormal, right? None of that. It is actually physical time travel. Somebody came back and actually did something, because I think they know if it didn't happen, look, there would be no beats, there'll be no healing. You guys won't be around. There'll be no Ascendant group. There will be no Ryan. There'll be no TJ, right? Because TJ is time jumper. That's why I call him TJ. He's time jumper, right? There'll be no time. There'll be a Terrence, a normal guy that goes into the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
normal me.
So it depended on me. It really didn't depend so much on TJ. It depended on me. Somehow I was enlisted or recruited into the contractor group. They sent my clone way back. Ain't that like but I'm trying to figure we came first. They sent the contractor number 10 back in time to save me. They had to do that first, right?
Yeah.
And then they let time move until I became the contractor and then I went back a little bit to train the younger self. I really got to make some diagram, but I understand it more in my mind now. And it makes sense now, right? Because it's not all paranormal or divine, right? Some of it had to be physical, intervention. Not everything is just like spiritual, because it's slow, right? Like spiritual intervention is slow. But if it's actual physical intervention, they do it right there. They stop any tragedy from happening right there, right?
Yeah.
So I have more, okay? I also wanted to ask, like the later thing is I found out was I became like the pre creator, right?
Amazing, yeah.
It's very amazing, but there's some sad bits there because I asked TJ about, well, what is this pre creator, right? And then he said he's actually like the final God. And I was kind of sad, like, ain't there anybody else? And he go, no, he's you, but you're no longer in the physical body. You're all light. And I go, light? Okay, I don't know what that means, right?
Yeah.
I've been in a body, right, for a while, So those type of things, when he tells me, it's like, okay, he can't make this up. Teacher makes nothing up. Like, he just tells me what he sees, and he can see things in time, and he can talk to myself because he's got the time telepathy. Now, here's the thing. He said eventually I also developed the time telepathy, and I go, oh, that makes sense while you're talking to him, right? Yeah. So here's one of the mind-boggling questions that I asked the pre-creator, because I found out, as you know, Morgan, that there's some people here at this time also from the heaven realm. Mm-hmm. And we talked about them in the last, in one of the last shows, right? I think it was about, well, I don't want to mention specifically who it is, but basically I wanted to know, was there some sort of glitch where some people from the heaven realm, and when they came here, they got stuck in the reincarnation loop, and that they will actually die as a normal human, right? And I asked, is that a glitch? And the pre-creator said it was actually, they were exiled by God.
Wow.
So something must have happened. Why would
they do something wrong here?
No, they must have done something when they were in the heaven realm to get booted down here. Because here, I think it's like a punishment place. Yeah. So that's why I tell people,
aren't some fallen angels here as well, like in the soul? Like,
they may be. Because I know one guy. I know one guy, and he's actually was in my group. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I really wanted to help him, but you know what? Stuff happens, right? And
some people aren't there.
I can't, you know what? I try to take in some of that energy, but it was punishment. Basically release them from this punishment, from the exile, right? But as you know, God, Father, dear Father, oh, dear Father, you do things for a reason. I went against him, and I'll never do that again. It hurt me.
Yeah,
it hurt me. It set me back, so I'll never do that again. So people think, oh, it's bullshit. I make nothing up. It hurt me. It was like,
I've went through that similar process. And
you went through that, right? And I went through that, and I go, never again. If I know that it's actually a punishment from Divine Father, I would never go against them in that way. See what I'm saying? It's like I'm trying to erase the punishment, and you can't do that.
There's like it's set in stone, like
Well, he holds those type of people that are up there in the heaven realm at a higher level, right? I mean, that's why I can't go against them like what Lucifer did. I will never do that because he knows my love for him, and he knows that, so I will never go against them in that way. And that's why I would take my group, and later I'm going to help you guys too. So we will fight, because basically he will actually possess all these people. And he will keep doing it, because duality, from what I know, will never end. I asked that, right? Because duality is going to end. Where did you get that from? We did reading, and what we were told, no, it will never end. I go, really, never end? So that means our fight is a forever fight. And that's why they chose us, our group. And why our group? Because our group, our will is strong, and we know about the blockages. So we ask Divine Father. It's not like we go against them. We ask to have that removed so that we can fight for him, right, Morgan?
Yeah.
Right? And so let's continue, and then I'll let you talk about what you are doing. Because I know you were doing quite a number of things, so you can let people understand those things. So also what I wanted to know was, when he became the only created God left, what did it feel like, right? I want to ask the pre-creator that, and he said, very powerful.
That's good.
So I think he's happy. I think I'm happy. When he's happy, I know it. So he did what he wanted. to set out to do. And unfortunately, he's the only creator left because, as you know, even the gods are not
Forever.
immortal or forever. But people, they don't understand that. So if they're not really immortal, what do you think humans are? Humans can't be immortal, right? So that's why I try to help you guys to remove the chakras, move you guys into higher dimensional bodies, into 12D, just like my big brother Jesus did. So eventually you will feel it, right? Because I'm feeling it,
Yeah.
I never get sick since 2011. You guys don't get sick now, right?
No, I'm probably sick in years.
You haven't been sick in years, right? So that's not a fluke. Like if you tell a medical doctor that, they're gonna say, "What drugs are you taking?" Right?
I don't take any drugs.
You don't take any drugs.
I don't like drugs.
That's not surprising. See, because I hate drugs. So that's why I went the chakraless way. I don't know about you guys. You want to keep taking drugs? Eventually, something's going to happen. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue. So what I wanted to know also, now here's the one about the paradox like that. So I asked the pre-creator, Louis, can you tell me, Louis, who taught you how to do time manipulation, right? Mm-hmm. And then this is what he has. He said he learned himself. Really? So I'm quite sure there's going to be still a lot of upgrades, because now that I'm reading through this, I never stop on getting better and stronger. Am I right? Like, if I even like looking at this and say, he learned himself, so why can't I learn it now? Why do I have to see what I'm saying? So I can even get stronger, and people don't realize stuff like that. There is, what you can do is a paradox. Like if you know some information, right? You know what you're going to do. Well, do it now. Learn it now. It's called self-correction, right? Mm-hmm. That's what they said that I was doing. And I go, that makes sense. I was always self-correcting, making myself better. And eventually I did get better, right? And it just takes some time to learn how to do that, right? Mm-hmm. So, and that's why our energy work never just stops at one method, right? We keep trying different methods, and we're not like the Reiki people, right? They always say, oh, you can't do that. You can't remove the chakras. Well, you guys can't, but I can. TJ can, right? And my mentors could. So I don't know what you guys are talking about. Don't make stuff up. If you guys are making stuff up, just stop it, because you're going against divine law. You are lying to the people. I'm telling you guys, stop it right now. Stop. If you're lying,
thou shalt not bear false witness against your neighbor.
They don't know what they're doing. There's karma. Keep doing it, and you're going to find out, right? You guys not even spiritual if you guys lie, okay? I'm letting you know, do not lie, especially against spiritual law. I'm telling you, that's a lie. If you said that we can't do it, nobody can do it, that's a lie, right? So stop it. I'm telling you guys, that's against divine law. And the other stuff that I was very amazed, right? Because currently I have some new clients, right? And one of the new clients, her name is Jerry. And it's really funny because she originally didn't know of me. It was through her psychic friend. Her psychic friend said that she was being attacked, right? By a lot of, I don't know, people doing black magic, evil eye, right? I wasn't really sure. So we did a reading on her when she first wanted to know if I can help her. And I say, no, you are good, right? So we did not lie to her. We did a reading. And then she said, you are right. And I go, why you say we are right? Because her friend cleared her. See? So that's why I told people, I never lie. I never lie. I do the readings, and if the readings are weird, we still tell them, right? So what eventually happened is we started working on Jerry, and, weird readings start coming up, right? And then the reading was, I think there was a connection to her in the future, and I wanted to know what that connection was. So I asked Ryan, which is TJ's great-grandson, right? So I wanted to know, is there a connection? Like, is Jerry very needed in the future? And Ryan said she's very important. She's 10 out of 10. And I go, 10 out of 10? I've never seen anybody was like 10 out of 10, right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, is it like a family line? Did I save one of the family lines? And that's what I did. I saved another family line, just like Andy. I saved their family line. What it is, I found out. Ryan told me. I say, what's the connection? And Ryan say, oh, her great-great-grandson is the CEO and his good friend. Not only a good friend, their partnership in a technology businesses. And I go, I can't even make that up. Like, seriously, I can't make that up. So that's verbatim what Ryan told us from the future. So I'm letting you guys know there's callbacks. Why? To make us make that future certain, 100%. And you other people are only doing readings 1 year ahead, 2 years. What's that going to do? That's nothing.
That's very common.
1 year ahead, I'm okay. But 10 years in the future, you have cancer, right? Then that tells you get your chakras removed, because that means your system is blocking your healing. Usually I found out it is a chakras blocking you, where you could have good immunity, immunity against cancers. It's because of the chakras. Mm-hmm. You don't have to believe me, but you know what? My family line has those bad things. I don't have it now. See? Mm-hmm. So I'm letting you guys know I don't make things up. I'm the most honest guy. That's why Raziel partnered with me to help me. And that's why they also partner with you. So tell us, Brother Morgan, why he partnered with you. Why Angel Raziel?
Yeah, well, I don't know why, but recently I've just been really wanting to be quite protective and defensive. And I wanted to, when I heard that there was a title, The Weapon of God, I actually willingly chose to cling on to that. So I let you know during my session, and I think something clicked in you as well, and then you were surprised that because that's a dangerous role, but it's not the danger that I want. I just think that I could do the job really well, and I would really want to. So I even got energy work to get angel wings as well, and they're still growing, and that will help me fly around the astral. And I think we had to bypass divine law, but we asked the Divine Father for that, because even God beings don't have wings.
Yeah, I'm thinking, right, because you are asking for something that even I dare not ask for. Weapon of God means like it's like a holy weapon, right?
Yeah, you have to fight the evil.
So I'm thinking you're partnered up with Raziel. He also helps out Ryan. He also helps out Terrence or TJ. Yeah. Now he's helping you. You're not going to lose, man. So I'm thinking he's going to give you some holy weapon. I'm going to ask him, okay? So get ready.
Thank you.
It's going to happen. Happy. It's going to happen because I'm not saying I'm passive, but I don't like evil. But I'm not going to be the one that chases after them.
That's what I want to do. I want to chase them.
I leave it to you, because I'm not saying I'm passive, but I'm more I'm more like Jesus.
No,
so I leave the fighting for the few. For the few that can muster that has the holy weapon. I don't have no real
in my mergers as well, because I merged before, and I know he was a big fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, you merged with some really super powerful gods, right? Name them again so the people know.
Oh, there's so many. But
name the big guys.
Thor, God of Thunder, Eros, Greek god of love, Pan, Greek god of music in the wild, also Mars, Roman god of war. He's a big one.
Yeah.
And I also had a vision when I merged with him, which has never happened with the other ones as well.
Oh yeah. It's not weird because you take on their soul. Yeah. You're gonna merge with their energy and eventually their knowledge. Like I told them.
Yeah, I think it was a memory of them that they had.
Yeah, because I think I told them to merge, and not hide things from you. That's the way that you're gonna get stronger, right? Because you need the knowledge too, right? Yeah. So they're willing to impart that over to you, which is not a small thing. People think, what the hell are soul mergers? It's exactly what it sounds like. We don't destroy them. We don't destroy their ability. They impart it over to you so that you become a bigger person, a stronger person. And also they don't die, because they will eventually fizz away too, right? Because you know what we found out? Because most of those gods, guess what? Like the Norse ones, like Egyptian ones, those ones, they only are up to 10D. And you already, what type of dimensional body you are?
Yeah, I'm at 90, close to 10.
You're 90, see? So we're going to all eventually go past that into the 12D. So, and by you merging with them, doesn't that make sense? That you will get more than them? Of course you're going to be more than them. Like you wouldn't be like less than them, right? You merge with so many, and people say, oh, people can't do that. You're not us. After my merger with the first being, allow me to do that, command soul mergers.
Yeah. I also merged with Python recently in that session that you did with me.
Yes.
That was great.
Yes. Take a time, because you are now basically exceeding. You're filling up the cup. The cup's getting really full. Okay.
Yeah.
You
It's
let
overflowing, and it's great.
it's overflowing, but it's really good. So you were also talking about your soulmate. What was that?
Yeah, That's why I was doing that, because I did research. I didn't even know Python existed. Like, there's not any info on her, but I got some info that I found, and it's the seduction power. And I already had the love romance attraction one, but this one works the same way, but it's more like seductive and like tantric, and more it works in the sacral. But it's very amazing power. And Python was like super seductive goddess, that she was even friends with Aphrodite.
Oh yeah.
The goddess of love, and everyone knows who she is. So like, that's interesting. I even saw a painting of her bringing Eros, her Aphrodite's son, to her, so it was quite cute. Almost like the contractor of TJ. But like, yeah, so I have that power now, and it's like a musk, like you described it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it just like, I can also make more friendships with it, which is cool. Because I'm not just about soulmates, but I'm about finding, brothers, friends, and
Yeah.
I guess soulmates, but in a friendship way. So I have that as well, and it's kind of imparted in my voice. Like, I feel like the voice of God kind of gets
It's
imbued
coming
with
out.
every power. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming out. So I guess what we're saying, ladies, girls, Morgan's single. Okay, so you could contact him for any sort of like training, okay, or any sort of like energy work, because you're getting pretty good at that on your own.
I'm going to work
See what
on
I'm
my
saying?
divine machinery in the future as well, and hopefully boost it.
Well, you're going to be on like many levels. You're going to be in Ryan's group.
Yeah.
You're going to be like doing energy work. So you're going to be like multitasking so many levels, right? So many things.
Yeah, well, it becomes, thankfully, the powers become the self-reliant, so you don't have to think about it too much, and you're always at work. Like you said that, I think it was a DD told you that you don't have to do anything. Like, I'm getting to that level now, which is good.
Yeah, it's funny where Dee Dee, she was like laughing before. She said, Lou, you don't have to do anything, right? Like the
Yeah.
powers. But I think it was true at a certain time. I think the future me, version of me, started sending energy back to all the younger timelines, like when I'm a young guy. And the thing is just to help me knowing that it's not was I had bad time. It's just like, you know how when you're younger, you will have those times you're uncertain, right? And it's always like, what's this energy coming to me? It's like weird, right? So it's always
Yeah,
wondering.
that happened to me once, yeah.
You too, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what are these things? Like, who's doing that? Like,
Yeah,
so I didn't know that I was like a divine being,
yeah.
right? So I think it came from everywhere. So
Yeah.
basically what I'm saying, if anybody has any of those type of experiences, divine
Share them on the
visions,
forum.
share them with us, talk to us. Morgan, you are always
Yeah,
open
I can
ears,
help. Yeah.
and Morgan can help you out. I mean, all the members on the forum is
Yeah.
willing to help you guys. So come on the forum, and we're going to have some more stuff to talk about coming
A lot of
up.
the readings come out there first, so you can.
Yeah,
There's a lot of reasons to be on there.
yes. Also come to the forum, because the readings that we find out, we're going to post that there, and then we're going to put it later on the show. But for the show, we want to get more newer information, or the newest information, so that you guys will know what is the truth, and not something that maybe like 10 years ago is no longer true. You know what I mean? So we're going to be doing more of that. So come on, guys. Subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Morgan's channel, and I also have a membership now that you can subscribe to. So you got exclusive videos you're not going to get anywhere else on YouTube. So click on the links there. There's links to Morgan's site. Morgan, you're doing more music now, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go back to it, because I got more batteries from the recorder, so I'll do more music.
You got your batteries. You should have got the batteries.
Yeah.
So yeah, and we're gonna have, guess what, more updates about the contractor group, because now we found out that I'm so integrated in the timeline. Maybe we could find out some secrets, right? Because I'm so interested in time travel now, right? Maybe not before. Now I'm very interested. And if people wanted to know about time travel, I'm talking about real stuff. I make none of this up. So you guys want to hear about real cool time traveling missions and stuff like that, I'm going to gather more information. And in the coming shows, we're going to blow your mind even more. If you guys didn't get blown today, hopefully.
There's always more to come.
There's more to come, right? More again, like you're going to give me more out there questions to, the archangel and to
I've got good
Jesus.
ideas. Yeah.
Right? So go ahead, gather all those, and we're going to come up with a new show. And again, you guys going to be very, very shocked and very, very surprised on what we have for you. If that's everything, Morgan, we'll see you guys in the next show. Take care. Divine blessings.
See you guys in the next show. Divine blessings. Goodbye.
Bye now.